ist die GIGparade bei Radio Darmstadt.
Sie empfangen uns auf der 103,4 MHz und im Internet unter radiodarmstadt.de.
Jetzt auch als Podcast.
Moldova-Horror. Wenn euch das gefallen hat, gibt's mehr davon schon am Donnerstag, den 30. Juni im Agora. Beginnt ab 20 Uhr mit 18 € Eintritt. Und dahinter stecken Susi Evans und Szilvia Csaranko. Now I have Susi Evans in the line on the phone. Hello.
Hello.
And as you recognized as a listener on the radio, I have to switch my language to English. And the reason for that is my first question. So where are you from?
I come from London in England.
Your music, your genre is called klezmer and Yiddish melodies. How did you came to that specific music? Is that something you listen to privately also?
Yeah, this is a type of music I've played for more than 20 years. I studied this music, first of all, in London. There's a community called the Jewish Music Institute, and they run Klezfest. And this is where I first started playing klezmer music.
Can you describe the music? What is typical for that type of music?
This is Jewish Eastern European music. It's played for weddings and celebrations. And it's from the Yiddish-speaking Jewish communities who lived in Eastern Europe in countries like Poland, Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, Moldova, Romania, many countries where the Yiddish-speaking Jews were living up to 100 years ago.
You also named a bunch of countries where this music is listened and heard. So where do you had already gigs? In which countries? Can you name some?
Well, actually, mainly we play in Western Europe, in Germany and, of course, the UK. Actually, this klezmer music community is more based in every country now. It's not, you don't find klezmer music being played in Eastern Europe by Yiddish-speaking communities now. The Jewish musicians migrated to places like New York in America, but this was already nearly 100 years ago or more. So if you want to find klezmer music played, you'll find it in Germany and in the USA. So this is where we play most of our concerts. And I have visited Eastern European countries, but not for studying klezmer music, just because I wanted to visit these countries and learn something about other folk music cultures.
Can you describe the people going to your concert? Are there a closed circle or are there all kind of people, like they're also listening to pop, R&B, blues, hard rock, or is this only a specific type of people listening?
Well, I think our audiences, they enjoy a wide range of music, from classical to folk to pop to jazz to blues to different types of roots or world music. Klezmer music really fits into a lot of these categories. It's folk music, and it's also roots and world music, and it's close to classical and using jazz influence as well, because what happened was the Jewish musicians from Eastern Europe took the music to America, and there became something called Yiddish swing back in the 1930s, and the music got integrated into American music culture.
The first song we heard is called Moldovan Or, and I can't remember any lyrics, so how can you engage the people to feel the music and give you the feedback as a musician? Because normally, as I know concert, the people are singing to the songs, but how is this possible without text?
Oh, so your question is, how do you communicate music without lyrics and without spoken and without songs? Well, klezmer music actually is entirely instrumental music. There is another type of music called Yiddish song, which belongs to the same culture. But klezmer music had a very important role in Yiddish culture, which was to play for dancing at weddings. So the music we're playing, it doesn't have a vocalist, it's just instruments. And you'll hear clarinet and accordion, that's what we play. But you also sometimes hear violins and percussion and bass and flutes and many melody instruments. It's a melody-led music for dancing. So that's why we don't often have a vocalist in a klezmer band.
Do you remember some feedback you received after a concert, especially from people who didn't know klezmer or Yiddish music before?
Yeah, many people come and they say, I had no idea what to expect, but I loved it. So this is the kind of feedback, of course, we like this. But I'm always proud of those people who go to concerts and don't know what to expect. I always think that's a brave thing to do. But I think people are open to many different ideas and musical cultures. And klezmer music is usually something like it's got every aspect of life in the music. There's sadness and joy and darkness and lightness. It's a kind of music that has, you think it's always in a minor key, but it's got a very good groove going on at the same time. So it's a bit like dancing and crying at the same time. It's like life itself.
But you aren't alone. You're playing the gigs with Szilvia Csaranko. Can you say something about her?
Szilvia lives in Hanover, but she was born in Hungary, in Budapest. And her parents, who are both professional cellists, they moved to Germany when she was 3. So she grew up in Germany, but she is fluent Hungarian speaker. And she trained as a classical piano player, but then she moved to accordion, which is a great folk instrument and also a very nice instrument for klezmer music.
And how do you meet each other?
We met at a festival called Yiddish Summer Weimar. This is a big klezmer music and Yiddish music festival in Weimar, in Germany, in the summer, which has been going more than 20 years. Many people from the international klezmer community meet there every year. So we met there in 2018, and the following year we formed this duo project.
During the last years, during the pandemic, how did you two handle to play music when it wasn't allowed or possible to meet people?
We didn't have many concerts because everything is cancelled. Not live concerts, but we published a book of klezmer tunes during the first lockdown, and we invited everybody who has the book to join a club, an online club, and we gave music lessons, workshops online, and we have maybe 200 members, and we offer music workshops every 2 weeks. So we kept alive with klezmer music by teaching klezmer music, and when the pandemic was over, we started to perform the concerts again.
At the moment, you aren't able to pay your monthly costs only from the music, right?
Yeah, I mean now we're quite busy with our program. We're playing as a duo in different parts of Germany, and we're still teaching as well with the Klezmer Playbook Club. So we make it work. We as musicians, we're quite used to ups and downs with finances. We get used to this and try to keep going.
So, do you sell physical media like CDs or vinyl?
Yeah, so we have a previous CD called Klezmer from the New World, and we have a new CD coming out in a couple of months, which features the tunes we will play in this concert. It's tunes from a recently discovered archive in Kiev, in Ukraine, and it's a collection just of manuscripts, handwritten manuscripts that were collected by Jewish musicians in the Ukraine between 1911 to 1913. And after they were collected, the First World War happened, and then these manuscripts got put in an archive in St. Petersburg and then transferred to Kiev and forgotten about until a couple of years ago, and they became rediscovered. They rediscovered 1,400 melodies in these manuscripts. We're playing our favorites from these melodies, and we recorded this CD, which will come out soon.
Cool. And if I listen carefully to you, you are present in Germany as well. So my question is, were you in the past in Darmstadt?
Yeah, I played in Darmstadt with another group called Halva. This is a project led by Nicholas Kotany. Now I was invited back to play with my project with Szilvia.
And so is Agora a new location for you, or like in Germany we say like alter Bekannter, so someone you know already?
Well, I played there once a year ago, but for me, everywhere in Germany is quite new because I just moved here. I actually now live in Hanover. I moved from London to Hanover in November 2020. So everywhere I go to in Germany is quite new for me. And now I realize how big Germany is because you have to travel from one part to another. Sometimes it takes 5 or 6 hours.
Personal question. Is there something you are a little bit confused about Germany? Because in London people do it exactly the other way around. Something like a tradition or...
That's a good question. I can't think of anything like that, but everywhere... I'm a big fan of gin and tonic, which is quite a London drink, I think. I noticed in Germany you can't always get this drink in the bar. I was in rural Nürnberg last weekend with Halva, another band, and I asked for a gin tonic, and she said, "This is a very traditional place. We serve the local white wine." And I thought, well, yeah, that's actually a beautiful thing, and I don't know why I asked for a gin tonic, but it's just what I fancied.
So the next song we will hear from you is called Dobry den. Is there something you can say about this traditional song? About the history, for example?
So Dobry den is a Slavic word for good morning, and it's unlike most klezmer tunes. It's not a dance tune. It's a tune to welcome the guests to the wedding. So the band will play this tune as the guests are arriving, and it's just a very beautiful tune, and maybe not quite what you expect when you think of klezmer music.
Also, wenn euch das gefallen hat, sowohl dann Moderator Leon, das Interview, als auch dann Dobry den, dann gibt's mehr davon schon am Donnerstag, den 30. Juni im Agora, beginnt ab 20 Uhr und mit 18 € Eintritt. Dahinter stecken Susi Evans und Szilvia Csaranko, und ich wünsche euch dann noch viel Spaß mit dem Song und thank you for your time and I wish you only the best for your gig in Darmstadt.
Thank you.